Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In the today's session, I am going to discuss about IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds. Whoever going to the 10th standard or upcoming 11th standard, this video is very useful for them. Whoever studying the plus 2, they have idea about this nomenclature. If you have any doubts, please go through this lesson, then you will get some idea. Okay, let's start the topic. What is IUPAC? IUPAC means International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. What they given some rules for the naming of the organic compounds. Nomenclature means naming for the organic compounds. It is very necessary for to give the names for the organic compounds. Why? Because we have n number of organic compounds, right? It is very difficult to remember all the organic compounds without names. They given systematic names for those organic compounds, so it is very easy to remember all the organic compounds, as well as it is very easy to write the structures also. We can easily identify what are the functional groups are there, how many carbon atoms are there. We can easily study by seeing the names. We can easily draw the structures also. That is the importance of the IUPAC nomenclature. Okay. Let's start the topic. Today I am explaining the IUPAC nomenclature for the alkanes. Alkanes you know already, we discussed in the previous sessions. In the alkenes, first of all, for any carbon compounds we have to follow some rules. First thing is selection of carbon chain. First one is selection of carbon chain. This is the first step. How can you select the carbon chain? We'll discuss with the examples. First I am taking one chain. This is only straight chain. For these kind of compounds, you can select this one as a parent chain. No need to think. There is no second thought. Simply you can say the given compound, only one chain is there, you can select this one as a parent chain, right? Then the second rule is, this is a sub rule, selection of carbon compound. The first rule is there is no branches, simply you can select like this. The second rule, for the given compound containing any branches, then the doubt will start. Here I am taking one compound. Taking one compound, I am giving two functional groups for that. Two functional groups I am giving. Sorry, not functional group. Two substituents I am giving. Substituents also we already discussed. Two substituents I am giving here. The first step, we have to select the carbon chain. How can you select the carbon chain for those kind of these kind of carbon compounds? We have to select longest carbon chain. Longest carbon chain means it should contain more number of carbon atoms. We'll discuss with the example, then you will get some idea. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 carbons are there. So this is one possibility. For example, I am going to take this one as a parent chain. Now you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 carbons are there. If I am going to take this one as a parent chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 8. So one carbon chain is with 7 carbons, 8 carbons, 9 carbons. So what is the highest number? 9 is the highest number. So we have to choose this one as a parent chain. Parent chain. Next, if the parent chains, two parent chains are having the same number of carbons, then what we will do? We'll discuss now how you can select the carbon chain. we'll take another example for that. See here, I'm taking another example. How can we select if the carbon compound having the same number of parent chain? Same number of parent chain. The selection is little bit difficult, right? See here, first we have to check how many possibilities are there. First straight chain will select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are there. Another possibility, this one will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are there, right? Both are same. If I am going to take this one as a parent chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is having less number, so we should not consider this one. If I am going to take this one as a parent chain, count the carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. So here 3 possibilities are there, right? 3 carbon chains are having 6 carbons. 6 carbons. So we can take any one of the carbon chain we can select. Okay. When we are going to give the numbering, then we'll decide which one we have to select. First we have to select these 3. Numbering we have to give based on some rules. We'll discuss those rules. These rules are for the selection of carbon chain. After selection of carbon chain, next step we have to give the numbering. Numbering is the important. Numbering of the carbon compounds. For that also we have to follow some rules. Numbering of the carbon compounds. How can you give the numbers for the compounds? For example, the given compound, I am taking one compound. We'll take the same compound, then it will become easy for you, I think. See. Same compound I am taking, CH3, CH. Here we have to take CH2, sorry. CH2, I'm missing some hydrogens. Why? Because here we are not considering that, just we are giving the nomenclature. If I miss, you have to check that and you correct, okay? See here. Now we have to give the numbering like this. Numbering, how we have to give? Already we selected the parent chain. If I am going to take this one as a parent chain, I have to follow some rules. What are the rules? Now I will explain. Rule number 1, the parent chain, if both the parent chains are having the same number of carbon atoms, then we have to follow one rule. The rule number 1 is, the carbon chain we have to select more substituent, more branches. The parent chain should contain more branches. That is the first rule. See here, if you take this one as a parent chain, it contains only one branch, right? Here you will get some confusion. Some students, they will get confusion. Why ma'am, here another branches also is there na? You are telling only one branch. Most of my students, they will get doubts here. That's why I am explaining. See here, we should not consider this as a branches. Which branch is directly attached to the parent chain, that branch only we have to consider as a branch. Okay, these sub branches we should not consider. Okay, now you tell me, this one I am taking as a parent chain. What are the branches are there? Tell me students, how many branches are there? Only one branch is there. Second possibility, second parent chain, this one I am taking. Now you tell me, how many branches are there? 1, 2, 3 branches are there for this parent chain. So I am taking this one as a parent chain. Like that we have to take the select the parent chain. Then you have to give the numbering. while giving the numbering also we have to give the least number for the branches. Least number for the branches. Here I selected the parent chain. For the numbering also we have to select the parent chain. First step. Okay, I selected this one as a parent chain. Now numbering. How can you give the numbering? The branches should contain less number. We have to give less number for the branches, or any substituents are there. For that also we have to give the least number. You try to give the least number. See here, I am giving numbering from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For example, I am going to give the numbering from this side. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? See here, in the second position, one substituent is there, one branch is there. Third position, one branch is there. The fourth position also one branch is there. First we given numbers from this side, from right to left. See here, in the second position, third position, fourth position. Second, third, fourth position, the substituents or branches are attached, right? From this side we given from the left to right. In the third position, fourth position and fifth position, the substituents are present. If you are going to, we have to follow here, we have to follow some rules to give the numbers. The first rule is lowest sum rule. Lowest sum rule. And the second thing is locant rule. Locant rule. These two rules we have to follow. Always we have to choose the second rule only. Why? Because I will explain here. See here, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. This is the lowest sum rule. 2, 3, 4. If you are going to take another one also. See here, 4, 7, 9 will come. Sum rule, lowest sum rule. We have to add all the locants values. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 3, how much? 12 will come. So lowest sum we have to take. This we have to take, right? Now we'll see the lowest locant rule. Locant rule means, locant rule, it's very important rule. Locant rule, you have to see here the first locant, first location of the substituent is 2, 3, which is less number. See here, 2 is the less number. So we have to select this one for giving the numbering. If the first position, both the substituents are present in the same location, then you go for the second position. If the second position also having the same number, then you select third position, like that. Okay, that is the locant rule. Why we are not using the lowest sum rule means, sometimes the lowest sum rule will come greater the value compared with the locant rule. This is not applicable for the, what is that? Locant rule is not, lowest sum rule is not applicable for the more number of branched chains. It is only applicable for only 2 substituents or 1 or 2 substituents, that's it. So you have to prefer only locant rule. It's very useful. Okay, like this we have to give the numbers for the carbon compounds. Now we'll see how to name the compound, given compound, how we can give the names for the given compounds. We'll explain with the examples. I will take one example for that and you will get some idea. Okay, see here, we'll start with the simple example. CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. I'm giving one substituent here. Okay, here one methyl group is there. So what is the rule? First we have to select the parent chain. This one I am selecting. How many possibilities are there? two possibilities are there, both are same, so I am selecting this one. Give the numbers 1 2 3 4. Always we have to give the lowest number for the substituents or branches or functional groups. Okay, these are the rules. Now we'll give the name for that. Here there is no, first we have to identify, is there any substituents are there, is there, right? What is this? Methyl group. Methyl group, this one also I explained in the previous session. Okay, see here, next carbons. How many carbons are there? 1 2 3 4. 4 means but. It contains only single bond, so you have to add "ane" as a suffix. Butane. In the second position methyl group is there, so you have to give the number for that. To use hyphen to separate the number and the name. 2-methyl butane is the name for the given compound. Like this we have to give the numbers. We'll take another example. This is little bit complicated. If we follow the rules, it will become very easy. Okay, CH3 CH2 CH2, more number of branches now I am taking, then you will get some idea. CH2, I am taking more number of branches here. So see here, it has more number of branches. CH2 ethyl group we have to take here, then CH2 CH3. For this compound now we will give the numbers. First, what is the first rule? We have to select the parent chain, right? See, first I am going to choose this one. If I choose this one, it contains two branches. Okay, it contains two branches. If I am going to take this one, it will contain how many branches? See, if I am going to take this one, it contains 1 2 3 branches. So I am taking this one as a parent chain. Give the numbers. Always we have, next step we have to observe, is there any functional groups are there, is there any substituents are there, right? Is there substituents are there? So I am going to give the numbering from this side. If you give the numbers from this side, the substituents and branched chains will get the highest number. That is wrong method. Always we should choose the substituents and the branched chains will get the lowest number. I am giving the number from this side. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 carbons. Okay, this is the second step also completed. Now naming. How you can give the name? Here, this is the branch. For this branch, one substituent is there. What is that substituent? Ethyl group. First we have to select, we have to identify the substituents. Here methyl groups are there. How many? 2 methyl groups are there in the third position. You have to write all the substituents. Ethyl group, methyl group. Okay. For this also we have to give the numbers. We have to give the lowest number for the substituents. 1. So I am giving numbering from this side. 1 2 3 4. In the second position, ethyl group is there for the branched chain. Okay. Second position, ethyl group. You write that one. Second, I am using the hyphen to separate the number and the name. 2-ethyl. In which place? In the fifth position. Again hyphen. Okay. So what is this branch? What about this branch? This branch contain how many carbons? 1 2 3 4 carbons. So this is the butyl group. Again I am adding butyl here. I am opening the bracket and I am adding butyl. Meth eth prop butyl. Now you close the bracket. Okay. Now the prefix completed. What about this carbon chain? 10 carbons. So deck, it contains only single bonds. Now you add ane. Now you add ane. Then what about these methyl groups? The straight chain containing methyl group in the third position. So third position, it contains 2 methyl groups. So we have to add, if it contains 2, we have to add a di. If it contains 3, tri. If it contains 4, tetra, like that we have to add. So it contains 2 methyl groups in the third position. Then you have to write the third position 2 comma 2 dimethyl. Which position it is having? In the third position. Here I am using hyphen to separate the numbers. For the compounds I am not, for the names I am not separating. I am not giving the hyphen. See here. Then how can you write the name? We are selected all the methyl groups and all. Now how can you write this name? See here, methyl group and the ethyl group. Methyl group and the ethyl group are substituents, right? Substituents. Based on the alphabetical order, we have to arrange these names. Based on the alphabetical order. Ethyl group E will come first, right? E will come first. E will come. So now you write butyl, ethyl or butyl. These two will come first. So we have to choose this one. Now you write substituents only we are comparing here. This is the side chain. This is not substituent. Here we are substituents. We are comparing the substituents. Substituents we have to write in the alphabetical order. Now you tell me 5 hyphen, we already written that, ethyl, butyl, close the bracket. The third position 2 comma 2 dimethyl, sorry, went wrong. In the third position 3 comma 3, not 2 comma 2, sorry, 3 comma 3. Okay, third position 3 comma 3. Here I am using again hyphen dimethyl decane. This is the naming of the organic compound. Okay, these are very useful for the 9th, 10th and intermediate first year and second year students also. Okay, I hope you will you will understand my lesson. If you like my video, please like, share and